Hey there, you filthy animals. Mr. Dirty back with another episode of the GTM show. Another trip to the frozen food section. You see a theme forming here? DiGiorno back on the show again with their artisan melts. This is going to be the Pepperoni Speciale, and this is the package you're looking for if you're looking for this in stores. Take all that in. Looking pretty good there. See, little diced up pepperoni like you see on the Totino's frozen pizzas normally. That's what it looks like to me. Maybe some of those might be tomatoes, possibly. Now in the front they're boasting hearty snack of 2 pieces. Artisan style melts, preservative free bread, no artificial flavors. Going for the all healthy, trying to like rope in the hipsters, I suppose there. And yeah, so we got like our misshapen, oddly formed scraps of dough, precariously topped and everything, with like little scrounges of cheese, little bits of meat, little sprinklings of herbs. On the back they're describing it as a DiGiorno artisan style melts. Start with authentic focaccia bread, crispy on the outside and tender and delicious inside. Topped with carefully selected premium ingredients, these melts make the perfect snack or mealtime accompaniment. And on the back, I am looking at it's oven, toaster, oven in directions, and then there's microwave directions. And once again, like recently, some of the things that we've seen, they've really stepped up frozen food lately, and with microwave in mind. And we've been seeing a lot of these products coming out like perfectly fine out of the microwave, astonishingly, bread and such. But back in the day, all bread that went in the microwave came out, and it was like soggy or it was either hard as a rock. But they've got that on point. Also everything else. It's like in their test kitchens, they've got top chefs, they've got engineers, they've got scientists working in labs that come up with the perfect techniques to do this stuff. At least everybody, but it seems Walmart. But that being said, we're going to go with these microwave directions, which is how I think some people are going to be taking this to work. Plus, I'm pretty sure that there's another particular snack review show that's probably going to pick one of these up and throw it into their oven and possibly burn the shit out of it. And we're going to let them do that. Alright, so microwave directions for us. Remove product from the plastic wrap, place product onto crisping tray and directly on the microwave surface. And we got microwave on high 1 product for 1 minute 30 seconds. 2 products if we're going to do both of them in there for 3 minutes. And then directions, developed using 100, okay. And that just tells us that they came up with all of this using an 1100 watt microwave oven. Hooray for that. Alright, let's crack this open and take a look at our DiGiorno melt before we go slinging it into the microwave. Alright, so yeah, we get 2 of these bad boys here. And can we see these through the plastic there? So that's what you get, okay? That's like shrink wrapped down to the crisping tray. And I have no doubt that this is going to come out just fine in there at 3 minutes, because this looks an awful lot like the little frozen pizzas that I buy, and I've actually reviewed them on the show. I get these little pizzas from Costco for my 7-year-old son, and they have a similar crisping sleeve, tray, whatever the fuck you want to call that. It's like a piece of paper. And yeah, about this size, 2 minutes in the microwave, and they come out perfect. Matter of fact, it's the same instructions where I think it's supposed to go in there for 1.5 minutes like they told us to do for 1. But I put it in there for 2 minutes just to make sure that all the cheese is melted proper. So yeah, looking at 2 of these riding in there, yeah, I think about 3 minutes is probably perfect to make both of these come out right if you're following their instructions. They told us that we're allowed to take it out of the plastic, obviously, to microwave it. So we're going to take it out of the plastic right now and look at it before we go throwing it into the microwave. Alright, I don't even know why I do that, because I'm going to pick this up and they're just going to tumble right off again. One's already fallen. So there you go. There's a close-up shot of the uncooked product before it goes into the microwave. Take all that in. That's your DiGiorno artisan melt there, Pepperoni Speciale. Alright guys, I'm going to go nuke these up. We'll come back and see what we got. Alright, stick around. Alright guys, we're back. We've got our DiGiorno artisan style melts, Pepperoni Speciale, out of the microwave, where it's been riding in there for 3 minutes. We did both of them. And I gotta tell you, it doesn't look too bad. It looks like it came out fairly well. Take a peek at that. Tell me you wouldn't sink a tooth into that. Yeah, I know you guys, you'd be fanging it up. All the cheese appears to be melted. I don't see any misses. So I'm going to cut one of these in half, and then we're going to go in for a taste test. I gotta tell you, it doesn't look like much of a far cry from my son's pizzas that I get from Costco, honestly. Off the crisping tray paper sheet of whatever that shit is, the gray paneled stuff. And yeah, as you can see, it's browned up on the bottom, and all the cheese is melted across the top. Now these pepperonis don't smell like the most fantastic pepperonis in the world. They do kind of smell like the ones from the Totino's pizza. Right here along the edge, where the toppings do stop though, and I see where the dough is, I see the huge air holes, where this is like that overly processed dough. You know, conveyor belt type stuff. So it's not much of an artisan melt when you can see the factory holes in the dough. But otherwise, you know, like I say, it's browned up, and it does seem like a little bit crispy, but mostly mushy. But you can bend it. It's definitely not a cracker crust by any means. And they topped it fairly nice. And you know, the green herbs that you see going on there, I tilted up. There's like little green herbs and specks and everything going on there. That's a nice touch. All right, here we go. Our DiGiorno Artisan Melts Pepperoni Speciale. Now to me that was a bit dry. They could definitely step up the sauce on this. It's very doughy. And if they had put a lot of sauce on there, you wouldn't know by this point in time because it would have been sucked up by all of this bread. Just leaving behind the cheese and the pepperoni, which there's plenty of. But yeah, that's not adding any kind of moisture to this besides grease. That, once again, the bread is just sucking that up. And the ratio of like dough to say sauce and grease, it's just so one-sided. And I can't say that that's because we flash cooked it in the microwave. Like, oh, it probably would have had more moisture if you would have baked it in the oven. No, the oven probably would have dried it out even more so, you know, over a long period of time at a high heat. Then we would have seen more of like the cracker crust deal going on. Everything would have been more brittle and dried out, including the cheese and the pepperoni at that point in time. Let's get one more snap at this. I think we're going to throw a rating on it. Actually, it was more like 3 bites and that is gone. So yeah, these are definitely like a snack. I would say these are the equivalent of, say, like a Hot Pocket. But after saying that, if I was offered this and the Hot Pocket, I'd probably take this. It's about the same amount of dough. Give or take about the same amount of toppings, filling, you know, slash. But I would say that like this, you kind of know what you're getting into. A Hot Pocket is a surprise. At least this, you know you're getting fucked before you bite into it. Definitely not a meal though, unless you're going to eat both of these. And the pepperonis, they do taste like the mix. The chicken, pork, turkey, mix pepperoni, that's what that tastes like. The cheese, it's got a slight flavor on it, so you know there's kind of like a mix. I don't think it's just straight up mozzarella. I think there's like a cheddar there also. The sauce, what I could taste of it, it is a little bit of herby, little tomato, you know, definitely tomatoey flavored. So they got all that going on. It is a pizza sauce. You know, it's not just straight up marinara. Now, would I buy it again? Not for myself, but I could probably see myself buying this again for my kid. He'd probably eat this. It's exactly like the ones that he already eats, just a different shape. So I'm going to let the DiGiorno Artisan Melts Pepperoni Speciale slide out of here with low 4 out of 5. As a bonus surprise, and because this was so fucking dry, yeah, I'm old geezer, so I remember when this came out the first time around. I'm going to quench our thirst here tonight with some Crystal Pepsi. Yeah, check that out. Back on the market, thanks to LA Beast, I suppose. Here we go, Crystal Pepsi, GTM show. It was the Uncola. It was supposed to be basically Pepsi without the caramel coloring, all the brown shit in it. But it did kind of like lend itself more towards like a lemon lime kind of soda. But there's no lemon lime flavor here. You just kind of associate that because you're used to tasting that with a clear. Does it taste like lemon lime? No. Does it taste like a straight up cola? No, but it does lend itself closer to the cola, but it comes off more like diet, like a tab. It just doesn't have that big bite or sting like saccharin. Definitely not as bad as I remember it, but yeah, it's definitely closer to a cola than it is to any kind of lemon lime. I'd definitely hit this again. I don't know if they've changed it or if this is the exact same thing I had when I was a kid, but I like it better now. So yeah, Crystal Pepsi, 4 out of 5. Alright, so there you have it. The DiGiorno Artisan Melts pepperoni thing and the Crystal Pepsi GTM show. Go check them out. I'm Mr. Dirty. This is the GTM show. Don't forget you can buy Knucklehead shirts and hoodies down in the description. You can follow me on Twitter and Instagram at TheRealMrDirty. And as always, get out of here. Go have a rotten day.